I started making research about the richest young people in the world. I used to think that I could find out something that would help me become rich also. And I found out that these people were in the age of 20, 22, 21, up to 25. That was the range. And I was 19. So I wanted to figure out how I can become rich. But I could not get access to those people, maybe to share with me, because all out that I found, the internet could only give me their net worth. They could show me the expensive things they have. But it beat my mind because I couldn't find a way of doing what they did because I didn't know. However, all this drove me to something so weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird. I landed on the Illuminati thing. I used to hear stories. People become so rich. They used to shortlist the richest people, and people could classify them as the Illuminatis. And trust me, for the research I made, if you want to know about something about Illuminati, then I'm the right person to ask, because I really know a lot. And if it's really right, then I'm a consultant. Anyway, I spent so many sleepless nights when I want to find out on how to become an Illuminati so that I get the money I used to admire. But unfortunately, during that time of sleepless nights, losing data, making research, losing my mind because I couldn't actually eat because I wanted to figure out on how, I lost money instead. I lost the data I had. I faced a lot of frauds. I got in touch with people from UK, people from USA, people from Uganda, Kenya, and they used to claim that they're Illuminati agents. But unfortunately, it was all in vain. I didn't get anything. Anyway, so today I want to talk about something very crucial, and it's kind of related to the story I've given you. That's self-conscious. When everyone hears self-conscious, they think it's a right thing. They think it's so precious. But trust me, it's a trap. So before I talking about self-conscious, what does it mean? This is the highest sense of self-awareness. And it only comes in when one is so uncomfortable with him or herself. This is because they overlook on how people are going to be judging them, which makes them put in so much science in life. And this leads to so much thoughts. It really makes people overthink. This is where you'll be talking to someone and his or her minds are really so far. But self-conscious is sometimes caused by shame, or when you've done something which is really shaming. So you start overthinking on how to figure it out, on how to gain your dignity again. It's about guilt. You've done something wrong, you've wronged someone, so you're guilty about it. So you want to figure out on how to put things right. That's self-conscious. You have to think so that, Pride is when you really feel a lot of sugar, when you boss around. So it makes you think that everyone hates you. So you want to please everyone. You overthink. But the major reason of self-conscious is, as to why we become so much conscious, is because we worry so much, thinking that people will only look at the negative way, like they will look at the negative side of us. So it makes us overthink so that we bring in the positive ones, Yes, sometimes self-conscious is a healthy sense of emotional maturity. It's just like someone is really growing up. It brings in responsibilities at a time, but when it's so excessive, it's really unhealthy. emotion. It's so unhealthy because it brings in what we call depression. It brings in anxiety, then borderline personality disorder. So in other words, when you compare the negativity and the positivity of self-conscious, I think the negative side wins. So my reason for being here today, as I was checking my inboxes, one of my clients claimed that she's facing self-conscious. She's really in deep thoughts all the time. So she wanted me to highlight about it. And I found out 3 secrets on how to overcome self-conscious. 3 secrets. Trust me, when you put them in, motion, when you put them in your life, it's going to change completely. I'm not talking to her alone because I myself have told you my story. I was once in those thoughts. I was so conscious, One, put in mind that people aren't thinking of you as much as you think they are. We always think people are concentrating on us. But trust me, it's so wrong. I know, I've ever been there and someone tells you something so crucial, but after 2 minutes, you really do not want to know about it. Why don't you put that in mind? Look at the mirror. You look at yourself in the mirror, you see yourself, you apply makeup, but you leave the mirror, When you leave, your image disappears from the mirror. So put that in mind. Try that out. Something is really haunting you. Push it away, Don't overthink for others. Why do you think for me? Who tells you that I have time I have time to concentrate on your behaviors? Who tells you? Who tells you that you've done something? Yes, it's wrong, but I'm always going to be thinking of it. So put it out of mind. People are not concentrating. People are having things to do, my friend. Number 2, I think you should agree. Rather, you should stop agreeing with your negative thoughts, Something comes. The negative thoughts I had was, if I don't work money early, I'm going to become poor. So it sticked in my mind. It really punished me. Honestly, it punished me. Because I want to give my kids a happy life. I want to give my darling the precious life she has even never dreamed about. That's why I wanted to get all those important people in my life and I've prepared for them. But it drove me somewhere. Like, for God's sake, if I calculate the money I lost when I wanted to become an Illuminati, if at all I invested it wisely, I could have a business that is worth $5,000. At my stage, it's a really good amount of money. But I didn't think of that. I was blindfolded. So stop agreeing with your negative thoughts. They just want to haunt you. As I said in my last presentation, these obstacles have no feelings. So they won't feel pity on us when we're suffering. So that thought of me becoming poor didn't really think of how much money I've lost when I want to come out of the poverty I was in at my stage. So the last one, work on accepting who you are. You should learn to accept yourself. It's really unhealthy for me to start thinking of my role model, let me say Bill Gates. There is a book I read, and it had this statement. Maybe it made me go berserk from what I should be doing, or it made me move in a different direction. It said, you are that person you're admiring to be. You are that person you're admiring to be. But for God's sake, look at me. I'm assuming Bill Gates is my role model. How am I going to become Bill Gates? Other than me lying to myself. You have to know yourself, know who you are, then work on polishing. Polish yourself. Try out to make yourself a new one. Try to make yourself a better person. I know. You work on yourself. Make yourself put out the best person out of you, other than you thinking of others. In other words, I love speaking to people, and when I start speaking, I don't want to stop. But allow me to stop there, and let me hope you learn something. The 3 secrets of overcoming excessive self-conscious.